Okay. How about now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're almost back to our. We're almost back to our destination, our
Office
Perfect.
desk.
Okay, yeah. All right.
So just give everybody a minute to get on while we get situated here.
Yeah, I think we're still waiting for some people to join.
Anyone have their cameras on?
Nobody has their camera on?
No.
Is everybody driving? Or just shy today?
Maybe they're just shy.
I'll turn mine on, but I'm riding. Weird dots. Those weird dots.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it's from my phone. It's right over my camera.
Oh yeah.
Looks like I have a rainbow over me. It's actually my phone. My screen's damaged, so it's right over my camera.
Oh no.
So I have a new one sitting at home waiting for me to program tonight. So let's talk about wins. We didn't have an official huddle today, so let's do 3 wins to get started while we get situated here.
Well, I was able to go on that lifting appointment on Friday that everybody went online and referred me or recommended me. And I really appreciate everybody's recommendations. That really helped.
Sorry, it's fine.
Well, I'm hesitant to say a lot, but last weekend generated a lot of very, very interesting stuff. So if this week holds out, it's going to be a great week.
That is promising.
Well, I don't want to say a lot and jinx it, so.
Anybody else? Got some annoying sirens behind me.
Nobody? How many wins did we get? Sorry, my Wi-Fi was picking up, so I was offline for a minute.
There was 2. Kendra said she got the listing appointment from the referral that we all helped her get last week, referred her, and then
Nice. All right, and I heard Rich. So who's got our last one? Crystal, how was your open house?
It was good. I had 5 families come in on Saturday and 9 on Sunday with maybe 1 potential buyer.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for asking.
Yeah, of course.
I guess we can count that as a win.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's definitely a win. Hang on, I just got on my computer. Turn on some light here. Sorry, we're a little ill prepared this morning. Inadvertently go out to one of our listings, REO listings, and take a bunch of photos and videos and secure it. So we got a little late. Anyway, while we're waiting for Kelly to get to her desk, let's see what we got on the agenda. Do you have? I know we have an insurance broker coming on that's really good. That's going to share a lot of really exciting information that I did not even know about. At 1:45, so in 10 minutes. let's see, we have, Kelly's gonna go over, Kelly's gonna go over, what? I understand that. Kelly's gonna go over, open houses and more so how to get agents with listings to allow you to hold their listings open. She's got a really good process that has been using forever and works very well. So we're going to share that with you all so you can R&D it, rip off and duplicate. She's got some email templates, I think some text templates, and just some things that you can do when you go into MLS to find the easiest listings to hold open. And let's see, what else is on there, Chloe? On the agenda?
We were gonna share, which we shared last week on the huddle, but Kubi Casa, the floor plan app. I'll put the link again in this chat for anyone who wasn't on.
Yeah,
Is there a
we'll-
website we can look at so we can show everyone? Hi, everyone.
yeah. Yeah, let's do that. I want to, because I'd actually like to learn about it too. I know that, well, at least I think it's free for 4,000 square feet or under, or 3,000 square feet and under, so we can figure that out. But this floor plan is something where you can walk into a home, any home, walk around, follow the directions on the app, and it'll actually create a floor plan for you. And what's even better about that is, a lot of us are calling expireds and FSBOs. What FSBO for sale by owner wouldn't be happy to have a free, no cost floor plan to add to their Zillow photos or wherever they're advertising their for sale by owner. So I think those are the 3 topics. There might be one more, but is there one more, Chloe, real quick?
Yeah, I think Kelly wanted to touch on the updated transfer disclosure statement.
That's right.
Oh yeah, just for anyone in California, make sure if you have a TC, or even if you don't have a TC, the TDS and SPQ is updated. I don't know what the changes were to it specifically, but just if you go into escrow after July 1st, you have to have a new form. So if you pre-do your disclosures, you just have to have your sellers redo them.
So are you gonna share which form that is? Or well, is there anybody, well,
No. TDS and SPQ. I'm not gonna go through it. I'm just making sure everyone knows in California, if you are transacting, it's the transfer disclosure statement and the seller property questionnaire. I was just making mention of it, that's all. I just want to make sure everyone knows that if you go into escrow after July 1st, you have to redo the forms because they changed. That was just an FYI. Just an FYI. Well, I can show the floor plan.
Kelly, will those forms automatically update in car? Do you know?
Yes. Anytime there's a new form, it automatically updates.
Will they update in a template or do you have to update them to a template?
I believe it automatically updates. No, you'd have to update it.
Okay, so I have to go back.
pretty
in and
sure.
I have to go back in and recreate my templates with new forms, is what you're saying.
You might have to. I don't know. I
or
don't
just
know.
re-add it. Just unadd it and re-add it. That should do
Yeah,
it.
no, I think it automatically replaces because the old one goes away.
Okay,
But don't
well,
quote me.
I'll find out soon.
Perfect. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the QB Casa. So Jeff, you're right, create floor plans in 5 minutes with QB Casa for free. For Apple and Android devices. The pricing. So the light is a 2D floor plan, room to benches, black and white styling, 24-hour turnaround. And then this is the one that Kendall was talking about. It was $15 and it does total area calculations custom styling, so you could see like the different colors. So this is just kind of like your basic, but this would be perfect for like a FSBO. And then obviously if you want to spend a little bit more money, then you could pay for it.
But really what I'm looking at is the one from FSBO, because it's free.
Expireds too.
Every FSBO call you make, you know, it's really hard to get, I shouldn't say it's really hard. It's often hard as an agent to get a meeting with a FSBO, but if you can offer them something of value, like a floor plan for free, I mean, that's huge. I haven't tried this yet. I haven't ran across a FSBO I can't meet with yet, but it does happen.
You're meeting with one tonight.
I know, but I didn't need to use this. I
I
was
know,
able
I'm excited though.
gift to gab. I was able to get him to meet with me, but what I'm saying is if they're saying, oh, we're not offering a commission, which a lot of them say, we're not working with agents. Well, that's great, but would you like a free floor plan? You know, I'd be happy to get you a free floor plan. You don't need to tell them right away that you got to come see their house, but I can get you a free floor plan, or no cost is always better to say versus free. And then just, yeah, it's a 24-hour turnaround time, as you see right here. You tell them it's a 24-hour turnaround. All I need to do is come out and you know, take some quick, you know, 10-minute walk through your home, right? And then you use that walkthrough. You know, by the way, I would always bring a listing agreement with you. Always, always, always. You'll have your listing agreement with you. Do the walkthrough, and you never know. Sometimes, not often, but sometimes someone will say, "Hey, you know what?" After talking to you, right, having a conversation with you, they might say, "You know what? Let's just list it," right? So always have, always, especially at a listing appointment, but even if it's not a listing appointment, always have at least a blank listing agreement that you can take the listing if they want to take it, because you got to strike while the iron's hot. If you don't, and if they are excited to talk to you, guess how many other agents are going to talk to them between the next time you talk to them and the time that you're in front of them? A lot.
So you have to use this on an
Your phone.
iPhone or an Android, and you have to be in the house to
Yes.
make it work?
Unless you could tell me a way that you think that you could do a floor plan without being in the house.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you need to be there, Richard. So there are other actions. So you basically do it from your phone on the app. Lifetime. But you can do, like, if you wanted a you can do a quicker turnaround, living space report, 3D video render, CAD file. I mean, there's tons of different things you can do, but the basic, it's free and it's wonderful.
What have you? You said it's wonderful, so I have to assume you have done it. Can you kind of give us a?
No, I have not done it, but
I haven't done it, but I'm sure I can
was
give
told
you
by- Go ahead.
Well, I'm just trying to understand what the process is, because I've got an appointment tomorrow and I want to know what.
I would try it on your home.
Yeah,
Anyone
try it
else
on your
call,
Okay,
practice
cool
on your
idea.
home.
Good. That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All you're
Jeff,
gonna do is it's gonna have you walk around the house. It's gonna give you instructions as you're walking through. You're gonna look at your phone screen. It's gonna tell you point here, point there, point there. Okay, go back to the front door. Okay, you're finished.
Cool. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Jeff, I'm gonna let you introduce Carrie. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna let her in.
Okay.
Hi, Carrie. Thank you for joining.
Tell her to unmute, because most people are used to most Zooms where you're able to come in unmuted, but since I don't allow that, she may need to see that. So just click on ask to unmute.
Can you hear us, Carrie?
All right, so while we're waiting for Carrie, does anybody have any questions about the floor plan, how to use it, when to use it? You know, really why to use it, right? You can use it on your own listings, but I like the idea that it's free, so you can offer it to FSBOs to get in with them, you know, face to face.
I'm working on it. There we go.
There you go.
I'm not that challenged. We've all been doing this for how many years? I feel like I feel like you're in the presidential suite there.
Oh yeah, I had that from my last meeting. Let me
Well,
fix
there
that.
you go. There you go. You might
Um, what's that?
just run for office because
Yeah, right.
they're looking for someone.
I'm the next Democratic. No, I'm not.
There you
I can
go.
say
Okay.
that. Anyway, so Carrie, I want to introduce Carrie. Carrie, this is a part of our organization. You know, we've got about 317 agents all across the country. Not everybody joins, as you can see, only about 1 to 2%, but a lot of folks will watch this video after. They're not here, but they know that we record it and they'll watch it later. So I just wanted to introduce you. The company you're with, refresh me, because I know you don't just do State Farm, but you're with State Farm, right? Is that
No, I'm with the other one, Allstate.
Allstate? Sorry,
That's okay.
Allstate, but you
That's
don't just
okay.
do Allstate, right? You
We're
can,
both paused in the marketplace, so both Allstate. No, I have some other carriers that we write property insurance for as well.
yeah, that's what's important. So
Yes,
how do I pronounce your last name, Carrie? We've been working together for years now, and I can't even
that's
pronounce
Eisenacher. Took me a
Eisenacher.
while to learn it too. It's a married name, so
Eisenacher. All right.
yes.
So Carrie, this is our part of our organization here, and I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor. But yeah, Carrie and I were at lunch or some event. She's on the Chamber of Commerce with Kelly and I, and we were at an event, and she was talking about some things with insurance, and I thought, you know what, it'd be a really good idea to bring you to our sales meeting because I didn't know this. So if I didn't know it, I'm sure there's got to be somebody else in my organization that doesn't know it that would benefit from it. So with that being said, if you can, talk about that, talk about, your insurance, what your different carriers you can write with, and also what states you can do insurance in, because a lot of people that are going to listen to this and even are here are in different states.
Perfect. Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. I love to talk insurance, so you're probably going to have to cut me off at some time. I am exclusive for California. However, for those of you that are in other states, I do have a lot of colleagues across the country, some top agents. Actually, I know a top agent in Texas, if any of you are from Texas. So I know individuals, fortunately, all over the country. I've been in insurance for 40 years. I just aged
Wow.
myself considerably. First job I got coming out of college. I was kind of like Doogie Howser. I started and graduated when I was 12. For those that are old know who that was, but I'm joking. Anyways, I've been in insurance my entire career, and I will start out saying I've never seen it this volatile in my entire 40 years. I can't say for the rest of the country, but through conversations with colleagues, I know there's challenges across the country, but California is considerably challenged. Just to give a little background, California insurance is mandated by a voter approved proposition from 1988, 36 years ago. The California landscape was entirely different, but the rules have not changed much. So regrettably, you've got some of the largest carriers, Allstate, State Farm, and then are both out of the property market and have been. Allstate for a year and a half, State Farm for 1 year. Farmers is only writing a select number of policies every month. Once they hit their goal, they are done until the following month. So if they hit it in the 5th of the month, you got to wait until the following month. So it's very challenging. At this time last year, I had 7 property carriers. Right now, I'm down to 3. So other ones are pulling out or pausing until they see what the Department of Insurance is going to do. Right now, California is the only state in the nation that does not allow for catastrophic modeling. And that is important for us in California because of the wildfires. We had one in Riverside, 2 homes, and these were huge homes that were demolished over the weekend, or when I last saw it was just 2 homes. But Florida is allowed to rate for hurricanes, Texas is allowed to rate for tornadoes. We are not allowed to rate for wildfire. And therefore, we're not able to get the cost that the carriers look for. And those of us that are not in a high wildfire area, we're subsidizing those that are. So that's one reason that we paused in the state, because there's limited carriers that are accepting new clients right now. You're going to see a deep focus on prior losses. This is something I'm quoting one right now. They're purchasing the property, but the prior owner had 2 losses. So even though that new owner had nothing to do with the losses, the carriers are looking at those in whether or not they're going to accept the risk. And their acceptance is they want to look at a property inspection report. I had one that was denied based on the property inspection report because there were so many small caveats. The pipes were rusting, the sidewalk was cracked, different things. So they used it against this new buyer that had
That's horrible.
nothing. Yeah, so just know that. Kelly and I have talked about, as soon as you go into escrow, have them reach out to their insurance agency. And I say that across the country, because it could take 30 days to get a
Binder.
quote, a binder. And if you want to look for different premium options, because carriers are, depending on how they're performing, their premiums are going to be different. So I would start the process immediately. I don't know what the process is if you ask for prior, if the seller has to disclose prior losses. Do they have to
They do,
disclose?
yeah.
Yeah,
They
they
do.
do. They do. And
So-
I'm seeing that a lot. We're seeing that a lot.
So, and that's one of the reasons that if the carriers are tight on the losses is our homes are aging, our pipes are aging. So you're starting to see a lot more pipe burst, and they're not $1,000, a couple of thousand. They're in some in the 6 figures. I have a water claim that was just settled, $340,000. So when they're repairing the damage, they've got to live somewhere. So the cost, with inflation, the cost is going up. So you want to consider the losses and definitely start the process earlier. I know Jeff and I worked on an individual that, I guess I can bring it up, Jeff, as far as
Sure.
the dog bite.
Yeah, go
The
ahead. Yeah.
dog bite, the liability, if there's a liability loss on an individual, and specifically a dog bite, it is going to be incredibly hard to get a policy, because a lot of the liability carriers have limited their acceptance as well. So the losses are really playing into what's going on. And until we get this catastrophic modeling, which the Department of Insurance, the commissioner has come up with, its California strategy. They're supposed to have the guidelines at the end of the year, not till December. So a lot of people are thinking once they get the guidelines, they have to submit it out to the carriers. And then it's probably going to be a challenging market for at least, I hate to tell you, at least a year in California. So you probably faced the challenges or seen challenges of what's going on right now, but it's just a challenging market with inflation, repair cost, and labor cost. Everything's gone up, and therefore the claims have gone up, and rates are going to go up as well, you guys. Most carriers have a rate pending in the department right now. If not, it's not only their first, possibly their second or third rate that is pending. I don't know what else. Is there any other specific topics that you want me to address, Kelly?
No, I think that's good. I just wanted you to come on and then answer any questions or anything that anyone's seeing. But I do, like, as soon as we open escrow, in my opening email, it talks about the inspection, and then I say, you know, my availability, and then I say, you need to contact your insurance agency today. Like, I just encourage that, because it takes a while. And when now there's stuff, you know, that they're now responsible for previous claims, that's making it, you know, a buyer might walk away, right? I mean, yeah.
I dealt with a client this morning. This is something on condominium insurance, and I will mention this for condo. It is, if you get the certificate of insurance from your master policy, try to get it at the beginning, because that tells us as agents what type of insurance we need to provide for your client. Do we have a walls in where the association is paying everything, or is your buyer responsible for the inside? And this situation today, the client, not one of yours, the client is going to have to walk away because the mortgagee, the homeowner association, did not have sufficient coverage to them to adequately pay a claim. And the insured, or the purchaser, was unable to do anything. The HOA said that they were not going to increase coverage, and the mortgagee would not provide a loan, or the escrow would not provide a loan without proper coverage. So I've been seeing condos. I've actually lost two, whereas the mortgagee did not like the roof replacement cost on a condo, and because the association did not offer enough replacement cost coverage in the event there was a loss. So it's good to get that certificate of insurance, because that gives everyone exactly what, you know, to make sure your client is adequately covered in the event of a loss.
So you're saying there's probably a less listing agent, and as a buyer's agent, you should be asking for that. Is that what I'm hearing?
I would, Jeff, because there's a variety on how associations pay. As their association coverage is getting more expensive, and it definitely is. I've seen some associations amend their CC&Rs to put more onus on the unit owner, so that depending upon what the characteristics are for the unit owner,
Right.
they would be paying more, as opposed to other unit owners that might not have high quality interior characteristics.
Oh,
Yeah, because
wow.
you want to base the interior on what your client has the ability to lose in the event of a loss.
Right. Interesting. Okay.
Any questions for Carrie? I wanted to give some time for you all to ask questions. Any specific questions? Anything anyone's seeing? We have a quiet group today.
Gosh, either I'm so good or insurance is so
Well,
poor.
you're pretty good.
No, I don't know about. I
I
don't know everything across the country, but insurance, we all issue the same policy forms. No one recreates the will. You know, that would be too challenging. States put in amendments depending upon their legislative requirements, but we're all pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Well, I guess no one has questions. Well,
If any of your agents, if any of you guys, you know, are having challenges across the country, I'd be more than happy to provide a referral of someone I might know. I wouldn't send you someone that I didn't know, that I didn't refer my own business to when my clients are moving. So yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. We'll include
Kelly,
your.
could she put her information in the chat box so we can get it?
No,
Yeah,
we're gonna.
it'll be in the notes. It'll be in the notes.
We'll put it in the minutes for the meeting on the workplace group.
Yeah, good. And Carrie, it gets posted to everyone. So we usually have a bigger group of people, but maybe everyone's taking the day off.
Or, you know, insurance, and they're like, oh gosh, it's like, you know, my CE credit. Rich, I've seen you before. Do you go to the realtor meetings in Huntington Beach?
You asked me that?
Yeah, you look familiar, and I see that you're in Mission Viejo, so now you really look familiar.
Where do you live?
My office is in Huntington Beach.
I've been
No?
in Mission Viejo for 36 years, but I don't go to Huntington Beach, so
You don't go to any of the realtor meetings, okay?
no,
All
I'm not
right.
in Huntington Beach.
Oh, okay.
I do locally. in
I've
South
been to some
County.
of the south ones, but it's been a while. It's been a while.
That's probably where you saw Rich.
Could be.
Well, all right. Well, Carrie, well, thank you for coming, and I'm glad we got to introduce you to the group. And like I said, a lot of, I would say more than the folks that are here, watch the recording. So we'll make sure that we get your contact information out with the recording, so that if anybody needs any insurance information, to reach out to you.
I'd be happy to help. Happy to provide any info.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Well, thanks for coming. We appreciate it.
You don't want me to stay in and hear about your stuff,
Oh,
right?
you can stay if you want. You're welcome to stay.
I will. I've got my team on. They're on lunch right now, so they're waiting for me to finish up so I can help out on the phone. So if that's okay, I will.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
coming.
much,
We
Carrie.
All
appreciate
right.
you.
Thanks a lot. See you guys later. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, bye. So we were talking a little bit about caravans, and it's not on the agenda, but who here goes to your local caravan? Okay, let me ask it a different way. Who here
I
does
do
not?
some of the time, Jeff, but not all
Okay,
the time.
okay. Who here does not go to your local caravan meetings?
I think most people don't.
Well, no, I know, but I'm just seeing if everybody's here, because nobody's responding.
I don't.
Okay,
I
so
don't
Crystal
go.
doesn't
I'm
go.
not aware of caravan meetings here in Vegas. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay, good. That's good to know. We sent out did you send that video or that podcast out, Kelly?
We're gonna do it during here. Let me get
Oh,
it.
we were gonna what, listen to it on the call?
Yeah, it's only 3 minutes.
Okay, cool. Let's listen. I got this. I like anything that I listen to or watch that I feel is of value. I always want to share it with you guys, right? So Kelly's gonna pull it up. It's only 3 minutes, and just want you to listen to it, because especially being at EXP and being a virtual company, it's important that we, like Kelly and I know Carrie from being a part of the Chamber of Commerce. You really should join. It's so inexpensive. And so powerful for your business to join your local chamber of commerce, or more, sometimes more than one. I was a member of 2 different ones at one time. One's quite enough, to be honest with you, if you're really engaging and being a part of that community. But you can get a ton of business from it and meet a lot of really good people. So we're going to play this real quick and just listen. And back to what I was saying, because EXP is virtual, it's important that we are going to some board meetings and engaging with realtors other than just EXP, affiliates, other than just the ones because we kind of work in our little own world here at EXP, and now virtual companies are becoming very popular, not just EXP, but we still just need to get back to the grassroots of things. So do you have that ready to play, Kelly?
I'm already sharing my screen. I'm just waiting.
Cool. Okay. And you're sharing the voice or sound?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, take it away.
Welcome back to another episode of Your Daily Real Estate. This episode is brought to you by brillianttribe.com. Check us out. That's where I help you get to where you want to get to by coaching you, either in group coaching or one-on-one, or helping you with other things. We do a lot there. So check us out at brillianttribe.com. Now let's talk about broker opens. I feel like this is my secret weapon, and I've been doing broker opens since I started in this business. That's how I was able to get to know certain areas. That's how I was able to connect with other agents. That's how I was able to, when social media started growing, grab footage from certain properties, even though there were some agents who said, no, we don't want you to take any pictures. We don't want you to take any video. But there are some who then allow you to. And even more important, you're going through an area. You don't necessarily have to get footage from the home. You can get footage from the area. So here's the thing. I want you to take a look at doing broker opens. Once again, if you haven't, I want you to continue to do them if you're doing them, because I found that doing them consistently over a long period of time gets you in with a lot of the local agents that have listings. In fact, you become friends with them. They see you often, and then they say, hey, Tristan, I've got a pocket listing coming out. I've got this listing. Hey, I've got this situation. Hey, do you have a buyer for this? And then you start connecting, because that one piece of making friends with other agents in the area opens up the door so that when you have an offer and you submit it to an agent that has a listing that keeps on seeing you at broker opens, they're like, oh, I know this guy. And then they're going to go back to their seller saying, look, we've got so many offers, we're pretty close, but I really know Tristan. In fact, he always shows up and he does such a great job. He is a friendly real estate agent that gets the job done. My hat goes with them. And how many times has it happened? It's happened a lot, because I build relationships that way. Second, you actually get to know the area, you get to know the agents, but more importantly, or maybe just as important, you get to know the nuances of tracks. You get to know the details that you weren't privy to because you may not be from that area. You may not be from that track. You may not be from that custom home area. And in our areas, it's important to know the details of certain places. And the ability to fast track that through connecting with agents is unbelievable. The knowledge that you build, the expertise that you build is amazing. Number three, you get footage. You get to create content, especially now, whether it's for your newsletter, you took a picture of the area, you took a picture of the place to eat, you took a picture of the outside of a home if you got permission from that brokerage to put it up on social. There's so much you can do here, but you just have to think that way. You have to open yourself up to saying, hey, there is a big opportunity. Part of our job as real estate agents, brokers, team leaders, part of our duty is to get to know the area well, to connect with other agents, and to showcase where we're going, what business we're doing, and in fact, that we are the experts in these areas. Give it a shot. I absolutely love this. I still do it. In fact, I go out every Wednesday and take a look. Oh, almost every Wednesday, probably 3 Wednesdays out of the month, but I do it routinely and I love it. Hopefully you can do it too. And we'll talk again.
So what are your thoughts on what that's Tristan Armada, by the way. He's awesome. He's Lab Coat Agents. He does a brilliant tribe too. I guess that's his coaching company. But what y'all think about that quick 3-minute podcast?
I think it's a good reminder, and it's one of the ways I'm gonna start working on building a downline. You gotta get out and meet people.
Yeah. There were so many things that I picked up from that, and not just that, but that was one of them, is, agent attraction, right? Because what a better way to get in front of agents, to go to the brokers open. Some just have caravan, some have brokers open followed by a caravan, but just getting out there and doing that. The other thing for me that I got out of that is, and I see a lot of agents doing this. I see a lot of agents going into luxury homes, obviously getting the permission of the listing agent, but going through, doing a video and posting it on their social media. To me, it does two different things. One is, like, I look at these, a lot of these are my friends that I'm seeing do this, friends in the business, and I'm like, is that their listing? I'm like, that's a nice $3 million listing in Newport Beach. Is that? It takes me a while as an agent to figure out if it's really their listing or not. So think about the perception of all of your other followers on Instagram and Facebook and whatnot, right? They're going to just automatically assume it's your listing. I've had people assume that, some of the listings I've shown, they're like 12, 15 million that is mine. And they think, I don't tell them it is or isn't, but it's fine if they want to think it is. But there's so many different positives, and I've kind of been, one that didn't go to the Brokers Open. And I'm going to start, it's on Fridays for me, so we're going to have to make some adjustments Friday mornings, but I'm going to start going, because I know that there's value in it for me, and I know that there's value for agents that I meet and get in contact with. So that's what I got out of that. Anybody else?
All right,
And if you don't know, if you have a broker's open, just go online and Google it, or call your board of realtors and ask them. Because you might be surprised, they might have one and you didn't know it. What, Kelly?
I was gonna say that, call the board, that's what I was gonna tell Kendra. So if no questions, I just wanna make sure all the ladies saw this. Women's Impact Network, this is starting, this is gonna be new, it's called WIN. It's gonna be new to EXP. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. If you wanna be a part of the network or on, but anyways, that's all, I just wanted to.
What is it?
Women's Impact Network.
But I know, but what?
Community dedicated to empowering, connecting, and supporting women at EXP. So it's just leadership opportunities, professional growth, community impact.
Oh, leadership opportunities for the agents that get involved in it, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. I was just reading over here. But you can apply if you want to be part of the, let's see. Oh, they're applying, looking for women to be part of the board of directors. So if you're interested in that, but they're gonna have summits, a lot of things they're gonna be doing. So it's pretty exciting. I'm excited to see that. They spoke about it during our during that panel we were on at last week, Jeff.
Okay.
And it also
No, I know. I just want to make sure everybody on the call understood. I understand what it is. I just was asking.
And then I understand. And then it fulfills a cultural commitment requirement if you're part of the board of directors for icon agents. So anyways, I just want to make sure people saw. I'm excited. I'm excited to see that kind of grow and develop. And then back to Richard's question about Cubicasa. What I was saying is really amazing because we had a top producer who has a top team back east, Kendall, talk about it and how amazing and successful it's been for her. So I was kind of just echoing that, but I have not tried it, but I will be putting it on my phone and giving it a whirl.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking for a FSBO to tell me no, he doesn't want to meet with me so that I can, he or she, so that I can razzle dazzle them with a no cost floor plan that I can create for them in 5 minutes of being in their home.
Yeah, and what's cool, Jeff, is you're going on a FSBO appointment tonight, so that could be like a little bonus if you wanted to do that. All right.
And FSBOs, just so you all know, I've said this before, but when do you call a FSBO? When you unmute your mic, Rich. Just kidding. You're muted. Anybody else want to unmute and tell me when's the best time to call a FSBO?
Anytime.
Immediately once they list it. So if you like, I have a Zillow alert set up so that all FSBOs in Orange County get emailed to me. So what happens is the minute they hit enter, to just like we do in MLS, poof, goes to my email. Okay. You know, everybody doesn't have a virtual assistant. I get that. As soon as you see that email, you call it, right? I have a virtual assistant that texts me as soon as she sees it because she's in the office watching, you know, the computer all day long. But I call it right away because if you don't, you know, a lot of realtors are prospecting those FSBOs just like expireds. So the first person to call, or one of the first people to get a hold of that FSBO, because a lot of times they're not answering their phone, believe that or not. But the first person to get an appointment to come see their home, that FSBO, is most likely to list that home. Okay, I don't remember the exact percentage, but I think it's something like 80% of FSBOs list with the first agent they met. So you want to be that first agent that they met by phone and in person when you go see that FSBO. So the answer is the best time to call a FSBO is immediately when it becomes public, right, online. Now, I'm not saying don't call them other than that, but your chances go down dramatically after, you know, agents like me or anybody calling them. I mean, a lot of agents are brand new doing this, brand new. but they make their calls, they go on their appointments, and they get hired. So any of us could do this very easily, whether you've been here, whether you're just starting in real estate or you've been here for 26 years like me. You know, we all have the same access to these FSBOs. right.
Absolutely. All right, so we have a few minutes left. I'm just gonna show open houses real quick. I know we've touched on this before, but.
Are you going to show your template too?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
good.
just put on there yet. So I'm going to, yes, I'll do everything in that packet. So well, this is in CRMLS, but obviously everyone has all their MLS different, but what I do is I search, I'm just gonna do this pretty general. Well, I'll do Orange County. So I'm doing single family homes in Orange County. I usually do a range.
Yeah, what do you want to hold open?
And that's honestly, I'm just putting in a range. I don't have a particular range that I like. And then in right here where it says additional fields, you can add. So if you click on this, you can add occupant type. So it's already there. So I'm going to select vacant.
It's already on Kelly's because she's already added it. So you're going to need to add it.
You have to go in here and you have to search for it and you hit add and then you hit back. So vacant, and then so the state of California has 4 different DRE numbers. So you would
California what?
EXP.
Right,
So
okay.
oh, sorry. So the state of California EXP, I don't know why I'm having trouble talking, has 4 different broker numbers. So you want to search all those numbers. But for this, I'm just going to do 018788277, which is the main one. Not as common these days with a lot of newbies, but as you see, there's one match. But if we go up here, there's probably more in Los Angeles. 21. So go here, hit results. And I did the county, so I was gonna pull up a lot of listings. So usually I sort by city and then go through here and look for the cities I'm interested in. So for example, Long Beach. So I'm gonna click on this. And there's a couple things I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna look at the days on market. I'm gonna look if there's any price adjustments, because that's just nice to know. And then I always read the remarks. That's weird. Oh, it's a trust sale. Property be on the market for 30 days until offers are responded to. I don't know why that says that, but that's okay. And then what I do is I contact, so I would do this on Sunday. And then on Monday morning, I would email and call the agent about holding their place open, their vacant listing
Listing.
open. Huh?
Listing, right.
Yeah, listing, sorry, I'm all discombobulated. I think the
But
100
real quick before you go off of that,
degree heat was a
before
little.
you go off that, Kelly, who can guess what's the most probably important thing to look at when you're looking for an open house, other than obviously the city, right? You want to hold someone somewhere open in your market or close to you, but what's the second probably most important thing you're looking for?
Status vacant or not.
Well, no, that's the search. That's all that's going to come
Yeah,
up.
we've already done that. Why don't you tell them in lieu of time, Jeff?
Okay, price, and not over 3 million, because I want to do an over $3 million open house, and you know yeah, the price, is it priced right? Especially if the days on market is low or zero, is it priced right? Because you don't want to hold an open house that's overpriced, because then you're just going to sit there and nobody's going to be coming in. So make sure it's priced right. And the reason why Kelly mentioned price adjustments is a price adjustment that just happened is one that you really want to hold open. because that thing just had a price reduction. So now all those people that had seen that home before and saw that it was open for price and kind of just forgotten about it, now they're like, oh, they did a price reduction. Let's go look at that house one more time, honey. Let's check it out because we weren't really paying much attention because it was overpriced before. So that's a huge opportunity for you to hold a home open, even if it's been on the market for a month. If you see a price adjustment, no matter how much, because I used to change my listings $1, just $1 reduction, just so I get to the top of all the hot sheets. It would update in all the reciprocal, Redfin, Zillow, and all that. So even though it was only $1, it was like, oh my gosh, look. So anyway, those are some of the key things that you want to look for because you want it to be a busy open house, right? Granted, it's summer, you can sit in their house with your laptop and work, and a buyer might, lo and behold, come in, right? It's not going to happen to you at home or at a Regis, but in an open house, it could. So look for the ones that are going to be the most fruitful.
So like you can look here, like this one right here, 184 days. It was reduced in June, it's still on the market. I mean, it's probably still overpriced, but held properties open for agents before, and I remember one in Costa Mesa, she's like, oh, I'm about to do a price reduction. That's perfect, right? So just building that relationship with the agent. I've seen the best by calling and texting. Email sometimes, I don't know what changed after 2020, but I thought people would get better on email, but they're not.
I get these requests all the time, and I don't even see them because it goes email, right? So like Kelly said, text and call.
So this is just a template. It's nothing like, I think I change it a lot. Like it's just a template to guide you. I mean, I've changed it a million times, and I change it depending on the property as well. But it just goes over, the property, what you're offering to do, making sure that they know you're going to be marketing it, open house signs, a sign-in sheet, having a lender with me, escorting one group through at a time. So just really but obviously don't use this if you're not willing to do this, right? Especially if the agent's local, they could step in and check on you. So don't do these things unless you're going to commit to these things. But the phone call is basically the same thing. It's just calling and offering to hold their property open. I've offered a referral fee at times as well. A 30% referral fee for anyone that I represent at the open house.
That's huge.
That's huge and helps a lot. I mean, it's most leads now are 25 to 30%, so why not? I mean, I don't care. It's it's an opportunity for me to build relationships with that agent as well as showing them that I mean business. So
and I personally would lead with that, like that. My second paragraph in between the first and second right there would be, I will pay you a whatever percent referral on any buyer I represent for your listing. That right there is going to get them to read the rest, I guarantee. Speaking from a high D, that's what's going to get my attention. Otherwise, I'm probably not even going to read it.
And then the only other thing I have here, I have like this, a condo. I always put something at the call box when you're hosting a condo open. Just like a little sign. And then, oh, an open house report. I have this as well, and I will send it, and that's part of the things I commit to. Like, I'm gonna send you a full report, the number of groups through, the names of the people that came through, number of potential buyers, positive feedback, negative feedback, anything additional to add, photos of damaged issues or concerns, please attach to the email. So it's just like, I use this, but I type it out. I don't give them this form, but I type it out in a report email. So, any questions on that at all? Was that helpful? So quiet today. It's so quiet. Okay, well,
I would make one suggestion though, is that I would, and it would help everybody too. Before we send that out to our agents, like do a sample one, like one of your past ones, instead of just the template, just do a sample one where they can delete it. Cause I think that'd be helpful for everybody to see
For
that.
what?
And I honestly think that when you send it to the agent, you know, the listing agent, give them a sample of what it is, because you talk about it in the email, but make that next page or just have it on that page somewhere so that they can see it. Because if I saw that, I'm just speaking from a listing broker, if I saw that, I might think, oh, they're not kidding, and oh, that's kind of cool. They'd actually do a report.
Oh, you mean a report, sample report. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
confused. Okay, yeah, I can do that for everyone. Yeah, so Chloe, I'll work on that before you send it out.
And I would, on the sample one, I'd put that second paragraph with that, you know, X% referral. Because I mean, you don't have to do that, but I guarantee you're gonna get way more responses with that. Especially for the higher end and nicer properties, you know, so.
For sure. Awesome, awesome. Well, we have a few minutes left. Any needs from anyone?
Even Eric's quiet today.
No, everyone's quiet. Oh,
This isn't my wheelhouse.
That's
so-
okay.
I'm just saying, it's just quiet. It's been quiet, period, on the call.
So I was wondering, I don't know if this is possible or not, but just based on the call on Friday, when somebody was looking for the Las Vegas agent and everybody kind of went on, like 3 or 4 people went on and recommended me. I didn't know if there was somehow where if we saw that happen again, that we could kind of reach out to the group and say, hey, could anybody, if they have a moment, jump on Workplace and recommend me?
This is Eric's
Like
wheelhouse.
for the whole group,
Yeah.
like if anybody else, you know, saw a Workplace recommend or, you know, referral come up, and I saw it come up on my text, say, oh, okay, I need to run into Workplace real quick if I'm available, of course, and recommend.
Yeah,
I think the best thing to do, Ken, is just call. Don't worry. I mean,
No,
first
she's
be the lead. I mean, it's the first
she's
person.
she's
talking about.
tagging.
Yeah,
So, like,
I know.
okay,
I know. It's
so-
hard enough for me to monitor agents just to get them a lead or get them.
Yeah, what we do, Kendra, is we'll tag you. Like if we know, like that's why it's beneficial for you to be on these huddles, so we know where you guys are from. Like, and putting that in your title, you know, with your name, so that way, because the more I'm like, I know you're in Vegas, right? Like Jeff and I want to talk to you about that anyways, because we're looking to buy an investment property there. But you know, making sure that you know when you're on these that you have that on there so we know, because if we do see it, I will tag you 100%, and so will the office. But we can't do it on all of them, unfortunately. But you know, you can always
I just didn't know if we could within our group set up like around the country a quick like group. Oh, somebody just, but I can understand how it'd be
it'll be too
difficult.
much.
So,
It'll be too much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
understand.
but I see what Kendra's saying though, like we do with Club Wealth or something.
Yeah,
You know,
like not
people say-
not that we would bother each other, but if there was some like little spot where we're like, hey, I just saw somebody looking for an agent in Huntington Beach, and then I could, obviously not everybody's available, people are on appointments, but if I was like, oh, I'm available, I could go in real
Yeah.
quick to Workplace and recommend that agent without phone calls or
Yeah.
texting, just,
So-
I don't know if it's possible or feasible, but believe me, it made a big difference. And when you look on
Oh, yeah.
Workplace and all of a sudden I reached out and then 5 other people referred me in Las Vegas. And I see it happen quite often with a lot of
Yeah.
agents that are referred by this, you know, recommended by this, you know, one agent's recommended by 10 other agents. So yeah, just a thought. I didn't know how that would work, but I hope I'm making myself clear.
No, no,
like,
it's a great,
not-
it's a great
Okay.
thought. We just need a place where.
Just a thought. I mean,
I-
maybe one day
Yeah.
a light will go on and be like, okay, there's
Well,
this one
you know,
spot
what
where
you-
if I
what
get a
you-
ding, I know somebody needs a recommendation.
What you could do is you could go into, let me just show you what you could do. It is you could, well, would we want it in there though? I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a place. What would be the vehicle for?
Well, just think
Yeah.
about it. I mean,
Yeah,
nothing that
okay.
has to.
I'll give it
like,
some
it's
thought.
a
And
thought
Eric, I know,
of,
is real good at stuff like that. So yeah, so it's, but just so you guys all know, when I see somebody I know, like Kendra or Angela or Rich, I will tag that person in Workplace. So if you don't have Workplace on your cell phone with your alert set up, get it set up, because what's going to happen is if I tag you in a group where there's a referral in Las Vegas and you don't get that message that I tagged you, then you're not going to know to, you know, go to Workplace, go to that and call right away, right? But it's after that you get tagged, Kendra, by me or Kelly or Chloe or somebody that knows you, right? Somebody that EXPCon you met, right? Anybody can tag you in the whole company. It's after that that you need, that I hear what you're saying is, hey, how can I get people, other agents I know or people in my organization to cheerlead for me, is what we call it. And that's just everybody else tagging you in that referral request. But really it's just getting to know EXP people in your organization, EXP people outside of your organization, and having them tag you, right? Because just organically it happens, right? Because I know I do it sometimes. I put someone's name there sometimes, and all of a sudden I see a bunch of people tag that person unsolicited. So anyway, we will figure it out.
We will.
Thank you.
And feel free to text me if you, I mean, text, all you gotta do is text me the link and I'll gladly tag any of you guys. But what's important is text the link, because a lot of people say, hey, it's in this group or that group. It's like I gotta go take the trouble to find it and all that. I'm not as motivated to do it if I can't just go right there and tag you.
All right, we are 1 minute over, so I want to respect everyone's time. Anyone have anything else before we leave? All right, well, good seeing you all. Thank you so much for joining.
No
See you
motivational
later.
thought?
Oh.
Okay,
Thank
Motivational
you.
thought. Sorry,
Have a good day.
Thank you.
have a good day.
sorry,
Bye.
Jeff.
I can throw one in the notes as a surprise for everyone.
There you go. Bye, Angela.
Angela, safe driving.
Bye.
Bye.